Hey everyone, it's Kabir here. In last session, we saw some concepts like form concept, list group, breadcrumb, alerts, practice, typography, cards, all that concepts we saw in the Bootstrap. So today we are going to understand about the input group. So what is input group? So practically I wanted to show you guys. So I hope you guys know about the IMDb website, right? Now this website is used to give the rating and the reviews for your movies. So IMDb. Now once you open this IMDb website, now you can see something like here if you see uh, a search box and something like a drop down attend something like that. Okay guys, now if you wanted to create such kind of component, this kind of component, now this kind of component is called input group. So you are grouping two components. So this is a search and this is something like a span, and they use some kind of icon. Yes, now if you wanted to use some kind of icon in your website, for that we have a website called Font Awesome. So once you go to the Font Awesome, here you have to go to the start. So here you have to enter your email ID and just click on this button. Confirm email is going to come to your email ID. You have to confirm. So once you have confirmed, a dialog box is going to become that, like it tells you guys to create a password. Just create a password, then comes to this website, and here you will have a login or a sign in kind of a component. So you have to click it and you have to sign in. So once you have signed in, so here you are able to see something like icons, docs, support, right? So first of all, what you have to do, you have to come down in this start. You have to be in the start. You have to come down, and here you are seeing something like a download. Just click on this download. A zip file is going to be downloaded. Okay, now here if you click on icons, here you will be seeing set of icons. Like if you wanted something like arrows, just click on this arrows. You will see different kind of arrows, right? This kind of arrows. Now if you want any kind of arrow, like for example you wanted to use this arrow, just click on this, or you can say angle down. So once you have clicked on this, now this particular page is going to open. Here you are able to see something like itag class and some names, right? You have to use this class to get this kind of icon. Now this icon can be provided in different sizes, like this is 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, and this is a 7x. So we have to use, how we have to use is nothing but, suppose you wanted to use this kind of size. So what you have to tell, fa hyphen 5x. So this size will come. If you want to use this size, just say fa, nothing but font awesome hyphen 7x. So this kind of will come. So you have to use this particular tag to get this kind of icon. So this is about the font awesome. So as I told you, once you come in the start, you will come down and you have to download. So once you have downloaded, it will download the zip file. So you have to extract it. So this is how it is going to be downloaded. You have to extract it. Once you have extracted, come inside this folder, copy the CSS and web fonts. Copy these two folders, CSS and web fonts, okay? And paste it in your folder, I mean your project folder in MDB. You can paste anywhere, wherever you want, but I'm pasting in MDB inside this CSS. I'm pasting this CSS and web fonts. Already I have pasted. You can paste here, or else you can create a separate folder and you can keep it as you wish, whatever you require. Okay. Now we wanted to use some icons. First of all, we have to link their file to our HTML. How we are linking the Bootstrap. In the same way, we have to link the font awesome as well. So first of all, let me get the skeleton. So I have copied it. So I'm going to paste it, right? So now first of all, we want to link it, right? So for that, we have the tag link tab. Now we have to give the location of that CSS file. In that CSS folder, we will have one file all.css. We have to give the link to all.css. So just let's see. So it will be in MDB, inside CSS, inside again CSS, this all.css. Fine. We have to give only this one link, but there should be two folders, CSS folder and web font. Internally, the CSS is going to use that web font, so that should be available. If that is not available, it will not work. Okay. So remember this point. Now let us see the concept of this input group. Now input group means one group will be created. So how can we create? Using the div, and I'm going to give the class equals to input groups. So this group is created. Now I am dividing this particular in two parts. This is the one part and this is the one part. So I wanted to create one search box. So we will use input type equals to search. Now here I can use anything. I can use all that icon, or we can give one profile photo, anything, whatever you wanted to use. Okay. But in input group concept, this thing which is in the left side is called prepend. This is prepend. And we can create one more, like this time I wanted to create something here. Now it should be in the right side. Now this thing is called append. This is append, this is prepend. Now here we can enter some kind of text. So to enter the text, we have one more class. Like for example, I'm entering this kind of text. So we have to write this text inside one more class called input group text. So totally we have the four. Okay. So let me comes to the notes. So here input group prepend, input group append, and input group text. So these are the four classes that we use for creating this kind of input group. So let us see how can we create. So I came here. Now what we have to do, guys, just simple thing we have to do, just take one div. So before that, let me take a container. So I'm taking a container tab, and let me give some kind of margin. Margin top will be 3. Okay, now I wanted to create first a div. So I will be creating div, and class should be input group. Input group. So outside we have created the boundary. Okay, now here I wanted to take one more div, and this time let me give the class equals to input group. So if you see here, you will get the snippet, but input group prepend. That's it, guys. And just you have to close this div. Now here I wanted to take one span. So inside prepend we will be using the text. So that text should be written inside one more class. So I will take span, and class I will be giving as input group text. That's it, guys. Okay, now here I wanted to use all. Now I wanted to use that down arrow kind of thing, right? So for that we have to use I, and let me give some class names. Like I will be give something like FAS, FA, and we can give something like cart, caret, and down. Yeah, fine. So you have to get the class name from the Font Awesome documentation. So I told you how to get this class names, which symbol you want. Just click on that. You will get complete this tag only. Just copy and paste. So we can remember some tags. So I have remembered some. So I'm using it directly. So let me save it and let me show you how it is going to look like. Now this is how it is look like. So almost we have created this kind of thing. Okay, guys. Now this is done. Now I want one kind of input box here. So what we can do, just come here. After this div, after this prepend, I want input box. So I will be creating input. This time type equals to search. Okay, and let me give some class equals to something like a form control, which already we saw in the last session. And after form control, let me give one placeholder equals to search movie, some kind of text, and let me close it. Now if I'm going to save it, let me see how it is going to look like. Now this is what we wanted, right? In the same way, now I want in the right side, right? So simply I'm going to copy this thing from here to here, copy and paste. Now this time this input should be first. So let me remove this input from here and paste here, and it should be append because it should come in the right side. So I will say append. That's it. And okay, fine. Now come here and let me give some margin as well. So let me give more top 3. So come here and refresh it. Now you are able to see these two things, right? Right, now I want a text, we should be there should be some prepend as well as there should be append. So how can we do? Just come here, just copy this thing. Okay guys, once let me copy this full. So once we have copied, come here and paste it. Now I want a prepend as well, right? So let me copy this prepend from here. So this is our prepend, copied, and let me paste the prepend here. Now let me change something from here. It as user hyphen circle. Okay, now come here, just I have changed the class name. Instead of all, something else we are going to get here. Now we got something like, let me remove this all. So I'm gonna remove this all, save it, come here and just refresh it. I think it is not saved. Sorry, we should not remove here. We should remove downside. Here we have to remove. So save, come here and refresh. So we have removed it. Now this is the search box. This is the something like profile kind of icon, and this is also one kind of icon, and this is called your input group concept. So we get some requirement, like how in the IMDb we get this kind of requirement, right? We can create such kind of requirement. Now if you want something like this, we will be using some different JavaScript or jQuery libraries that we'll be seeing in the further sessions. Okay guys, so that will come in the nav concept, where we are going to create a nav bars using the Bootstrap. There I will show you how can we get this kind of concept. Okay, so here just we are concentrating on the input groups. How can we create a input groups? So this is the practical way where we are going to see. So this is the concept of your input groups. Okay guys, okay fine. Now after finishing this input groups, let's see this progress. So sometimes we get the requirement where we have to give some progress, like for example, you are maintaining your resume in the website, right? Now there they might ask you how much proficient you are in the particular technology, like how you are going to rate yourself on HTML from 10. So you will be saying like 7 or 8. So there you can use this progress bar and indicate that okay, you are the 7 rating or 8 rating, some kind of that. So let us see how can we create. Very simple it is. So let me come here down. So here only we will be displaying. So let me come down and just let me, so here let me take a container one more. So I'll be taking a separate container tab, and let me give something like empty-3. So here I wanted to create a progress. So we have only two classes, progress and progress bar. So let me take a div class equals to progress. That's it guys. Now see how it is going to look like. Comes to our browser and just refresh it. Now this is what we got, the progress, right? Now I want progress bar. So again we have to take one more div, just give a class equals to progress bar. That's it guys. Now here I want something like 25%, 25, okay, 25%, something like this. Now if you come to the here and just refresh, now you are able to see 25. Now you want this should be in the 25%. So nothing you have to do, you have to give just stylings. Okay, so let me give some stylings here. Style equals to, let me give width should be something like 25%. That's it. Come here and just refresh it. Now you got 25%. In the same way we can do, like let me copy this thing, and okay, let me copy from here to here. Now here I can say it should be 50%, and let me give it as a 50%. Now if I say Now it will be 50%. So let me give something like mt-2. Now we got 50%. Okay guys, now this is the concept. Now let me copy this again, and this time let me say it has a 75%, and it's very easy. It's a 75%. Done. Come here, just refresh it. Now we got 50, 75, some kind of percent. Now we have few more classes in this. The classes are like okay, now only we have these two classes, guys. So this is the concept of your progress bar. So it's very simple. We saw input group, we saw something like a progress bar. Now we have some concepts like how can you create tables. So to create a tables, we have something like table hover, that thing. So let me see. So let me create one more file. So I'll be saying 11 hyphen table.html. Okay, let me change this name from input group hyphen, let me say progress bar. That's it, guys. Okay, so let me close this one, and let me copy the skeleton, come to table, just we have to paste the table thing. Now just consider, guys, now I wanted to create a table, right? So what I will be doing is I will take a container first and just tap, and let me take something like mt-3. Okay, fine. Here I wanted to create a table inside this div. So to create that, in the HTML we know we have the table tag. So I have created the table. Now table will have two, t head, and it will have t body as well. Okay guys, now here we are going to create some th, right? So t, first we have to create tr, first row in that th. So here I will be saying like id. Okay, so just copy this one, and we more headings, name. So here it will be like name. Let me take it as email id. Let me take it as location. Okay, these four fields I have took. Now in the same way I want some data, right? So I will be writing that in the t body. So let me take tr, and in this we know td, so it will be 1, and one more td let me take. It will be something like Kabir. Let me take one more td. Email id something like kabir@gmail.com. Let me take one more td. This time it will be Mumbai. Okay guys, now in the same way I wanted to create much more rows. So I will be just copying this. That's done. Now if you execute it, just see by default how you are going to get it. Now this is what you got without using the Bootstrap, right? Now let's use some classes which has been given by the Bootstrap. For table, right, I will be use class equals to table. That's it. Now see how it is going to look like. Now refresh it. Now you got in proper way, right? In proper structure. Now you want some borders, right? So for that you have one more tag like table border. Just copy this and come here and just paste it. Now come here and just see. Now you got some border as well, right? Now you want hover effect, right? So for that you have table hover. So this is a concept, table hover. Just copy here. So let me do one thing. We have created this one. So let me come here and copy this table, complete table. Let me complete container only. Copy, paste it. Okay, now we have created one more table. Now this time let me give table hover. Now we are going to get the table hover effect. Now we have created the two tables. Now here we don't have any effect. Here we will have the effect. I hope it is visible. This is the hover effect. Okay. So one more we have like table stripped. So let me copy the same thing here. And this time let me remove this and let's striped. Okay guys. Now let me come here. Table hover as well. Now see how it is going to look like. Now we have created one more. Now if you use staple striped, by default you are going to get some kind of color for even and odd. So this is your first row means odd, this is the second row means even, so different colors. This is a little bit dark, this is a white, this is thing. Now suppose you wanted to use some kind of colors, so for that also we have some kind of uh, classes like table dark, primary, success, white, light, everything. So for example, let me show in this only. I shall be not creating any new table. So for example, now this row I want some different color, so I will be saying class equals to table dark. Save it and come here, just refresh. Now you are able to see table dark, right? So in the same way, you want this particular row should be some different color. Okay, so just give class equals to table primary. Save it, come here, just refresh it. Now you got table primary. Now like this you have text center. Now see, every name is not in the center, right? It is in the left align. If you want to keep it everything in the center, just say text center, it will come. So we have to use the text center. That's it guys. Text white, color text white, everything will be applicable. So these are the few of the classes that I'm going to tell you about the table. So apart from that, you have some more classes which you have to go to the get bootstrap and you have to explore. As the versions are going to be increased, like new versions are going to come. Now we have the latest bootstrap 5, but everybody will be using 3 or 4. But in future it might come 7, 8. So you have to understand what changes they have made from 5 to 6 or from 4 to 5, and you have to learn the classes. So that you get from the documentation, as I already told in the first session, how we have to go to the bootstrap documentation and learns the thing. Already there will be a code, just copy the code and just change that required things according to your requirement. So this is the concept of your table. Now one thing we saw in Font Awesome, right? Now this is the Font Awesome website, right? Now what I told, whenever you wanted some icons, just go to the icons tab. Now here, just consider I need something like computers. I need some icons which is related to computers. Now this is the computer, right? Now I am clear. I want this kind of desktop, right? Now Pro means you have to like buy it. You have to select some free versions. Now here we are not able to see anything. So you can select, if you want to select this is the Pro, you have to purchase it. So I am clicking, I want this. So I wanted to see what classes they have used. So just click it. So here you are seeing something, right? This is called your spinner. So how can we create such kind of spinners in Bootstrap? So for that, you have the classes called spinner bordered and spinner grow. Let us see how can we construct. So let me come to here and let me create one more file. Let me say 12 space spinner dot html. So here let me copy the skeleton. Now once you have copied skeleton, just paste here. Now let me take a container tab and let me take some kind of margin mt3. Fine. Now you wanted to create a spinner, right? So just say div class equals to spinner bordered. If you say, just save it. Now this is the spinner. Yes guys, now you want more bigger size, right? So just copy this thing, or let me take a container only. Now this time we have one more special class called spinner hyphen border, okay, hyphen small. This is the one thing. In the same way we have much more. Just copy this, paste here, and this time just say md and paste one more, and you have lg. Now just see the difference. Come here, refresh it. Now this is the difference. This is the size, small size, SM, medium, LG. Okay guys, apart from that we have SM, MD, LG. We have one more like spinner grow. Now suppose you wanted to change this color, right? So we can do that as well. So let me come here, and this time let me copy this and paste here. Let me paste one more, and here let me say it has text, or we can give something like, let me see, text primary. Save it, come here, refresh. Now we got text primary. In the same way you want different color here, just say text danger. If you refresh it, it will be the text gender. This is called the spinner. So we have one more spinner. So let me copy this thing, paste here, and this time this is not border, this is grow. Okay guys, and one more we have like grow. We have one more grow. Now save it, come here. Now this is called grow. Now just change the value here also, say grow, grow, grow. That's it. You have the different sizes of the grow. So here it is small and medium, it is working, large it is not working. So this is the thing guys, we have some classes in the Bootstrap that you can do for the spinner, like sometimes you require, right? For example, let me consider one thing. Let me take this one. Okay, now here I wanted to write something like loading. Okay, now let me remove this thing, and let's see how it is going to look like. This is the loading. In the same way, just take this one, paste here, and this time let me say it as border. That's it guys. If you come here, just refresh. Now this is loading. Now how this is the way you can use in your applications. So this is the concept of your spinner as well. So we have understood table, spinner, and we have understood progress, input, group. So one more concepts we have like pagination. Now suppose you wanted to create some paginations. Okay, like you will have some first page, second page, previous page, next page, that kind of things. If you wanted to create, then we go for paginations. And apart from that, if you wanted to create some navs, then we go for this nav concept as well. So this particular concepts we are going to see in the next video. Okay guys, so that's all guys, thank you for watching my video.